The Aftermath boys are back. We had an eventful Survivor 50 episode 2 tonight. I really enjoyed that one. I think we had an all-time Survivor moment. We'll get to that shortly here. But yeah, Chase, what were your initial impressions of episode 2?
I mean, I thought episode 2 was fantastic. We saw a lot of old school and new school things happen all at the same time. And again, just as you said, I mean, pretty much right off the bat, we had a all-time Survivor moment.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment here. I'm really excited to talk about that shitty moment. But speaking of shitty moments, we start the episode with Kyle being medevaced and his entire tribe just crying. That was really tough to see there. And the key takeaway I had from that moment was they all just kept reiterating, like, someone from this tribe has to win the game. Someone from this tribe has to win the game. And to me, like, that's something that stands out to me. I know a lot of people don't take that too seriously, but for me, I'm always looking for little clues or anything I can get with the edit. So that's something to me that stands out. So I'm going to remember that. And if someone from the original Purple Tribe wins, I'm going to be talking about that in the finale episode. I'm calling it now. I think someone from the Purple Tribe is going to win.
And see, I'm on the side that kind of disagrees there because I feel like that sort of happens anytime that there's a medevac. You can go back all the way to the earliest medevac. Every time that happens, it's always, you better win, someone from this tribe win. And I'm actually currently rewatching season 46 right now, and the perfect example there is when Randon got medevaced, and all throughout that episode there were clips of someone from this tribe better win for us, someone from this tribe better win for us, and obviously that did not happen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point.
So
I guess can I counterpoint you with that? I would bring up Chris from Edge of Extinction when he got voted out. They kept showing him over and over again saying things like, "I just wanted to play a perfect game. I just wanted to have a perfect season and play this perfect game in my head." And to me, when he came back in from the Edge of Extinction, he played a flawless, perfect game for what he had to do on that season. And I feel like there's been all sorts of little clues throughout the history of the show of winners and things like that. So,
and then we could all just go back and forth with counterpointing each other. So we don't need to beat a dead horse. You heard my side, I got your side. We're gonna see what ends up happening at the end.
We're definitely coming back to this at some point, though. But so in that tribe is a mess. I mean, it's interesting because they're not going to stick together the rest of the season. I'd really like to see how that tribe would have played out if they went to tribal next, because we are getting a tribe swap. It was revealed during the scenes of next episode. We'll talk about the tribe swap possibilities in a little bit here, but right before we cut away from that opening scene, there was something that stuck out to me was Q finally being like, I need more allies. Like this, Q is one of my favorite players of all time because I'm a big fan of like big, strong alpha males who are terrible strategists. And Q finally starts to show some strategy. He pulls Rizzo into his alliance and tells him, I don't have a vote. I need you here, buddy.
That was shocking to me.
Maybe it was a bad move.
And honestly, again, who knows what's going to happen? Was Q just telling Rizzo that to use him as a vote? Rizzo, I'm sorry if you're hearing this, but are you the next Banu? Definitely not as bad.
That's an insult. I don't know about that. I mean, Banu is just a whole nother level of it.
But Banu was a vote. I'm talking materialistic. Banu was a vote for Q. Is Rizzo going to be the same? Or are Q and Rizzo going, or is Q going to actually try and work with Rizzo?
I think the big difference between Rizzo and Banu is Banu was playing the game to win 1 million hearts, and Rizzo is clearly playing to win $1 million. So I'll give Rizzo that. Rizzo's not one of my all-time favorite contestants, but he's in it for the right reasons. So I don't think Banu's a fair comparison. I think you could call him a pawn in Q's game, but I mean, they could get swapped to different tribes, and then Rizzo blows up his game and tells me he doesn't have a vote. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen with this tribe swap. So I think now's about the right time to bring up our Survivor iconic moment.
Yeah, I think so. We got to talk about it.
So what is this? How and would you rank this moment in your top 10
of all time Survivor moments?
Yes.
That's so hard to say. I think it's instantly in the top. I'll say top 25 for me. There's just so many great moments for me. It's possibly a top 10 moment of all time. It really is. I mean, Christian pooping himself and it being highlighted is just so funny. I was cracking up.
I couldn't hear that. What happens?
Christian pooped himself. He sharted.
Wait, what?
Don't act shocked here. We saw what happened. I mean, in my opinion, no big deal. Everyone sharts.
I thought he had a back injury.
No. Everyone sharts. It happens to the best of us. Let's all like be. It happens to everyone.
It happens.
Right?
It happens to every. If you say it hasn't happened to you, you're lying.
Or you just haven't lived long enough, because it happens to everyone. Right? Everyone sharts. You know what? Christian's not the only one that this has happened to on Survivor either, but it just makes it so iconic because it looked like Christian was like a toddler who was just having a moment standing there just pooping in their diaper. Yep. And even when he looked at Joe through the like net of the hammock, it almost looked like he was a toddler being like, yeah, that same kind of vibe. That was so funny, man. Just the way he like waddled over to the, and he handled it well.
Sure.
He handled it like a champ. He had some humor about it. He didn't try to hide it and be embarrassed about it. I don't think his wife would divorce him over this. I mean, come on, everyone sharts. It's no big deal there.
No.
But wow, that was such a like great start to the episode. I thought.
And you know what else? There's one thing I would want to say to that is, Christian, it's okay that your kid is going to see that one day.
Yeah, I mean, everyone sharts. Everyone sharts. I wouldn't be embarrassed of it. I would laugh it off. But I mean, that does suck that you kind of ruined your underwear. I mean, underwear is hard to come by on Survivor.
I mean, at least he did have his backup pair. Later on in the episode, we did see him with his shorts on instead of his pants. So
that's such a massive inconvenience, though. I mean, you only have like 2 or 3 pairs of underwear for the whole season, and then you gotta like try to wash that off, and then it's stained. So like, you're not gonna. A lot of people walk around in their underwear. You don't want to walk around with poop stained underwear. So that's just like one less pair for him. And then I mean, you don't really want to stuff that in your bag. So like, what are you doing? Are you just burning it? I don't know. A shitty situation to be in. Yeah. Any other thoughts on Christian shitting himself? Because I really enjoyed that. That was so funny for me.
No, I think it was hilarious, and a big part of it is because it was Christian, not just like anyone else. It was Christian. But no other thoughts really there. Again, I will say this again. Christian, just like you said in the first episode, your kid will see that one day and he will still be proud of you. And your wife will not divorce you.
Yeah, we love you, Christian. You're a legend. All right, so that carries us in. I think the next segment after that was the immunity challenge.
Yeah, yes.
Or reward challenge.
Reward challenge.
Yep.
It was the reward challenge.
So Camilla was pretty emotional when she saw Kyle not getting off the boat. She realized it was a medevac situation. Seemed really upset. Looked like she was crying pretty hard.
I agree, but in some sort of a way, I'm sure she was also, I think we briefly touched on this last week, but I'm sure she also felt some sort of relief at the same time.
I was going to ask if those were crocodile tears. Probably not. I think she really felt the pain for him.
It was probably both. I mean, everyone felt pain for Kyle. Like, you hate to see a player go out like that early. But Kyle going out really does help Camilla's game.
Yeah, it boosts her position dramatically. Like, dramatically improves her position. And I don't want to say she was hamming it up, because I'm sure she was very devastated by losing her closest ally.
Absolutely.
But that's certainly something you can use to your advantage and really play up. Try to get some emotional points. Try to score some points with your tribe mates. Get a couple extra pats on the back.
That opened the door for all 3 tribes, honestly.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, one of Vatu's strongest players are out and done for. So, and you know what exactly happened right after that?
They lost.
Vatu lost their first challenge.
Well, we're leaving a little bit of drama out. There was some banter before the challenge even started that I truly appreciate. One thing the new era has been really lacking in is the drama and the like interpersonal conflict, and the fact that we finally have some of that is awesome. And it comes from old school players. What do you
It
know?
always comes from old school.
2 legendary old school players, 2 real alpha males, 2 bucks butting heads, and they're just not going to stop the rest of the season. Like, they did not squash their beef. They acted like they did. And it's never going to be settled until one of them is out of the game. And I can't wait for these 2 to clash. I really hope they swap onto the same tribe.
That would be
super
incredible.
entertaining. And it would probably leave Coach in a really bad spot because Ozzy is like loaded with advantages. Well, he did give one to Suri. So
He did give the extra vote to Suri. He still has his idol, but yes, he did give the extra vote to Suri.
But man, Coach taking the moment I think Jeff asked him a question about Kyle. Like, how does Kyle's situation impact you? And Coach is just like, well, let me talk to you about it's not Sweat for Savvy, whatever it was called, Earn Your Supplies Challenge, because I got some issues with the way Ozzy handled it. Like, that was so freaking funny the way he transitioned into, this isn't about Kyle, this is about Coach. I love Coach.
Coach is an incredible television, and he wanted to clear the air because Ozzy and Q made an agreement for whoever knocked the key down that they would let them have it. And then Coach goes out swinging saying, I never made that promise. I'm here to play Survivor. I'm here to slay some dragons.
He's the man. He's the freaking man. I love Coach so much. I was cracking up the whole time he was doing that, man. He's just such a ham. Yeah. And then there's even more Coach ham moments coming up later in the episode we'll get to. But oh my God, man. It's just such a delight to have Coach back on our television again.
I love seeing
It's been
Coach
so
back
long.
Again.
We do some math here. 27 seasons without him. And he comes back and it's like just the same man, a little bit older with some gray hair and just the same.
He hasn't changed. I mean, he's proven that. He literally said that right there.
I don't know how much, like, did you watch his preseason content?
Not actually. I didn't really watch most people's preseason content.
Oh, okay. Coach had a lot of preseason content. I listened to a bunch of his interviews, and I mean, he talked about like how he changed, how he's grown, the personality differences, how he's matured, and he wants to like play a more strong strategic game and not have these outbursts. And we're like 3 days into the season, he's already like making it about himself, causing drama, rehashing old beefs that he claims he squashed. It's just amazing, dude. I want him on every returning season. He'll probably never win, but God, I love him so much.
I think this will be the last time we see Coach on our TV, unfortunately. At least on Survivor. One can only hope, but
I mean, they could have a Legends season, Survivor Legends, like 60, 55 maybe, and you gotta put Coach on it.
You do, absolutely.
And maybe he wins this season and he's on Winners at War 2. That'd be even better. 70-year-old Coach.
So what did you think of this immunity challenge? What were your thoughts on it?
I think we've seen variations of this over and over again. It feels a little stale to me. We've seen so many of the jump, hit a key, go grab it, go swim, do the balance beam. I'm just glad it wasn't like solve a puzzle at the end, because if it was that, it's just like, dude, we're doing the same format over and over again. At least this was a ring toss. There's a little bit of like a different type of skill at the end of it, but I mean, to me, it's just like another ingredient in the blender of these recycled challenges. And I'm trying to not be negative on this podcast. You know, I have a lot of gripes about the show as a diehard fan who's seen every season. I have a lot of things that I would change about the new era, so I'm really trying to be positive about it as much as I can, but man, some of these challenges are stale. It can feel rough watching like very similar challenges over and over again. So I just need something different. I don't know what they do to fix that. I'm not a Survivor Challenge department person. I'm not an expert in this field, but it did feel like a lot of the same to me. And then what we expected happened. Like when I was watching, I was saying to myself, Ozzy's going to finish his portion in no more than 30 seconds. And I think he was done in like 15 from the time he jumped to getting across the balance beam. It was like 15 to 20 seconds. Jonathan looks like Aquaman. He just dives to the bottom, unclips everything in like 3 seconds. Yeah, I mean, Aubrey was probably the reason they lost. If I'm being honest there, like slow them down. You missed. That sets you back a couple minutes. Got to get back up out of the water, climb back up to the top, run and do the key again. Thankfully, she got it on her second time, but I mean that's probably the reason they lost, for being honest. And maybe if they went to tribal, that could have been her downfall.
Potentially. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah.
How do you feel about the challenges?
Honestly, I feel like this challenge wasn't too bad. I feel like I kind of agree some of them are starting to get stale, but for this one as a reward challenge, I'm kind of okay with it. It was all physical. It wasn't a physical and puzzle at the end or mixed together like you said. And it felt more of a you have to earn your reward on this one. And the 2 tribes who won earned their reward. So
what
again,
was the reward? I didn't catch that. I was like,
it was camp supply. It was not camp supplies. It was tarp and camp tools, like a tool set.
Okay. And did both tribes
So-
get tarp, or was it only the first tribe?
Both
I wrote
tribes.
that
Both
Orange
tribes
won first.
Both tribes got both, and it was just the typical that it was the full set for Orange, and then
like
it was
a nerfed version of it.
yeah, a smaller set
Okay.
for Sela.
Okay.
But yeah, so again, I mean, as far as it goes for reward challenge, if this was a immunity challenge, I probably would have been a little more miffed by it. But for a reward challenge, I thought it was pretty solid.
So after the first reward challenge, we go back to the purple tribe, Vatu, trying to get used to their names. Go back to the Vatu tribe, and we get some drama involving Aubrey. So they first show her. She said something that I found interesting. She said she felt like she was in the middle of the tribe, which maybe she's the only one who thinks that, because it seemed like the rest of the tribe
Seems like
doesn't.
she seems like she's more towards the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the quote unquote new 5. We have Colby, Genevieve, Rizzo, Q, and Stephanie, which leaves Aubrey and Angelina
on the outs, correct.
on the outs.
Okay, so it probably would have been Aubrey if they went to tribal there, or Angelina. Probably, you're right. Yeah, one of those two.
I mean, yeah, one of those two, because I mean, there was the moment where Q and Colby were getting pissed because they were just sitting around camp doing nothing. And Rizzo is in a little bit of a safer spot because, again, he's pulled in as a number because they're down 2 votes. So he would have been the 3rd vote against either Angelina or Aubrey.
I found it very ironic that they went through her bag just like a few hours before she actually got
the boomerang
gifted the idol. And Genevieve was totally onto her too. Like, she's probably got the boomerang idol. That's why she's carrying her bag around.
Yep.
They don't find it, and then mere hours later, it shows up in her bag. That's just really ironic and funny. And
so here's my thought on this, actually. So you know how just because we see the edits as they are live doesn't mean they happen on the same days. I have a prediction that Aubrey actually got the boomerang idol, and Genevieve called her out on it, but Aubrey was able to hide it somewhere before they went through her bag.
That's certainly possible.
Because even when she got the boomerang idol, like, that's kind of it was the same thing that they were bringing up, that she was carrying the bag with her. So I'm kind of thinking that she got it from Christian, she hid it, and then they went through her bag, but she had already hidden it by then.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if they strategically edited it that way. Just to make it a little more dramatic for TV.
It made it dramatic. It made the lead up, because then she did get the idol, and that again, that kind of edit makes for great television, because again, it gets people like us talking about, oh, did it happen the way we saw it, or was it exactly what I'm bringing up? Who knows? And
Jen is certainly a pro with going through someone's bag. I mean, she was like doing an order of operations, like in this.
She had it all going up the tree.
This was underneath of it.
Yeah.
She like delicately took every piece of clothing out and made sure not to unfold it or even like move it slightly, and then like carefully put it back in. So that's a pro move for any future Survivor players. Like, that's the way to do it if you're going to look through someone's bag. You got to be real careful and delicate with it.
If they have their bag tied, practice with another bag before you untie it. Yeah. Make sure that you can tie it the same way it was tied.
Yeah, and if you are someone who thinks that somebody might have gone through your bag, those are little clues to look out for. Like, you got to pay attention to everything.
Mm-hmm.
and bring it with you everywhere you go. Well, I guess that is a sketchy move. Maybe don't bring it
That is a
everywhere you
sketchy
go. But
move. Just if you find an idol or an advantage, hide it strategically, not in a place that people know where to look for idols for. You could always just even put it right under your camp bed. No one's going to dig under there unless it's a random season where it says, hey, dig under your camp bed.
I mean, if they see you put it under there and they want to look through your bag, like people are gonna find it. That's just
Oh, for
how it
sure.
goes. Yeah.
All right. So, what beach did we hit next?
What did we hit next? I think it was
It was the
the
Kahlo Beach
the
with
Teal
the.
Tribe
Yep, that's Kahlo.
coach, right? That
And
was
yep, that was next. That was the
where
whole
him and Jonathan went fishing.
the fishing skip.
Right. Another prime coach moment. Oh man. I freaking love this guy so much. Coach is the best. I mean, Jonathan has a good point. I mean, you're trying to make friends. He says coach is his number one ally, so he wants to, bond with him. He wants to go swim with him. He wants to fish with him. He says, "Hey, man, I'm seeing a beautiful coral reef, and then the ocean just drops out underneath of it. You got to come check it out."
For sure.
Brings coach out there and doesn't go very well for coach. Cramps up right away, and then.
What would you do if you cramped right out in the ocean like Coach did? Like both of his calves were seizing. I know we didn't get really to see a lot on the edit, but based on everyone's reaction on the beach, they could definitely see it cramping and seizing as he was walking.
He's got at least 20 years on me, so I can't speak for the perspective of someone in their 50s. So I don't know what my body will be like then, but I think I'm in pretty good shape. I exercise every day, and I was a lifeguard, so I'm a great swimmer.
But
I don't think that would be a
problem
to
you.
Depends. I mean, he cramped in his legs, so it's difficult. I mean, you really need your legs to navigate in the water. Especially men. Men have 2/3 of their body weights in their legs, so you really need your legs to keep yourself afloat, especially as a man. So that's hard. I don't know. I'd probably scream for help if I couldn't move. Coach is too prideful to do that, so who knows? It's hard to say that. I like to think that wouldn't happen to me. Maybe I'm being a little arrogant here, but I'm a very avid swimmer and lifeguard for many years, so I think I'd be capable enough to get myself out of that situation. And then worst case scenario, scream for help, scream for the safety team. Beg for Jonathan to save you.
At least they have the safety team there, and I mean, again, with Jonathan right there too, like who wouldn't want a big buff dude saving them out from the water?
Yeah, literal Aquaman. Yeah, that was so funny. He gets back to camp and he's just demoralized, man. Like the ego swings of Coach are like the best part of the season so far, man. He's just like on top of the world, and then. Just gets embarrassed in some way. Yeah, and then he's just like mopey. I love it. And then everyone just kind of like treats him like a patient after that. I mean, he had Chrissy massaging him. He had kind of everyone catering to him. So just Coach being a ham, it's so good. I could do this every episode all season. It would never bother me. It would never get old. I know some people don't like Coach very much, and that gets old to them. But man, I love all these Coach moments. It's just so classic.
It is for sure.
But speaking of Chrissy, probably a bad sign for her that she's being highlighted so negatively. She had a really quiet episode 1, and then episode 2, we get these moments of her being like a smother mom,
the overbearing
figure.
Mother.
Yeah. It's not a good sign for her. It's probably, I think we had her last in our power rankings last week.
We did,
and I don't think that's changing for me this week. Not a good look. I mean, maybe the people who don't have votes could be lower than her, but Chrissy just not getting a good edit so far. I don't know, man.
I mean, Jenna and Chrissy back to back, the two oldest women, the two oldest Survivor players. Well, I guess not the oldest because Colby would be second oldest, but
I think Steph's up there too. But yeah, I mean, not a good look.
I'm talking about season number.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But still, it's not a good look, especially for the old schoolers. Like. I guess it's been even so far, but it seems like the new schoolers kind of have an edge.
Yeah, they do. I think technically numbers-wise, old schoolers are at an advantage, but yeah, they seem to be playing better strategic games. I I don't know. I mean, Chrissy, I've met a few people from her season in real life. I guess the only name I'm going to drop in this context is Dr. Mike. When I talked to Dr. Mike in person, he told me that Chrissy had a terrible social game and would never have won that season no matter what happened, to the point where they would have given – to the point where they were willing – the jury was willing to give the votes to Ryan over her if it came down to a final two. Like, that's how much of a, like, bad impression she left on the jury. So the context of that is that it didn't matter if Ben or Devin won that fire making. Like, Chrissy was never going to win that season. According to Dr. Mike, not my words, Dr. Mike's words, and I trust him because he was on that jury. But it seems like that her social game, in my opinion,
seem strong.
It's never been strong. Yeah, it's probably a weak spot in her game. And, I mean, you can't just rely on your challenge prowess to get you all the way to the end. You got to have allies, and you got to have friends on the jury if you're going to win. I mean,
jury management's part of the game.
It's the biggest part of the game. I mean, the winner of the season is determined by the jury. So,
yeah.
Blind spot for Chrissy. Gotta check that, man. It got to the point where Charlie, who wanted to be an ally with her, is thinking to himself, like, this ain't gonna work for me.
He thought it may have been a second Maria, but he literally said, this is my game. This is like my style. This is what I like to do. And he's like, I'm not even sure if I can do that this time. I might have to switch up my game.
So I want to jump over.
Which honestly isn't necessarily a bad thing because, again, you don't want to play the same game twice, especially on an all returnee season.
Well, when you say that, Sandra played the same game twice and won back-to-back on an all returnee season. So
that is true. Well, before you jump, one last question for you. Back to the challenge. One thing I forgot to ask you. How about Mike White?
Abs, ripped, just... He stands there and he's breathing and his abs are pulsing, dude. It's hard not to notice. I'm just a good-looking man. I like.
When did this happen? When did this happen?
Yeah, I've always loved Mike White. He's, School of Rock's one of my favorite movies of all time. It was the first PG-13 movie I saw as a kid. So shout out School of Rock. Shout out Mike White. I loved him on his season. I thought he would have been a fair winner over Nick, and did not expect it, man. He just looks so good. He looks healthy and fit, and it's awesome. Like, he's potentially a challenge beast in the post-merge. We could see, like, he's probably going to be good at the balance stuff. He's probably going to be good at, like, the hold one leg up challenges. He's probably going to be good at, like, the wrap around the pole and just hold
anything
it.
That takes challenge. Core or full body, he's going to kill.
Yeah. His arms look big. His forearms look big. He's looking good, man.
And one more thing about Mike White, I'm not sure if you saw within the past week after the premiere last Wednesday, we do have a season 4 of White Lotus on the way, and he was inspired by season 50.
Maybe he's going to put some cast members on it.
I mean, he has cast members every season, so also shout out White Lotus.
Forgive me, I feel a sneeze coming, so if that happens, I'll try to mute myself. I thought it was going to come there, but it didn't. But yeah, I haven't seen any of the White Lotus. I've seen clips of it, mainly shared on Survivor community people's social media. Mm-hmm. I know Angelina was on it, Kara, a lot of people from David vs. Goliath, a few others. Yep. Christian had a cameo. So, yeah, that'd be really cool if he brings a bunch of people from this season on the show. That'd be really cool. I'd love to see Q on there. God, I love Q so much.
And not to derail too much, but again, not sure if you saw today or yesterday, another Survivor 50 cast on a new show.
I did see that.
Joe the firefighter is playing a fire captain on a new Netflix show coming out. I forget the name, but be on the lookout for that if you're looking for a Survivor 50 cast or Survivor cast in general on TV shows.
And that feels appropriate coming from you because I know you come from a family of firefighters. So
Firefighter Joe playing a fire captain. Yeah.
Special place in your heart. I'm glad you shouted that out. I love Joe. Seems like a really good guy. He definitely deserves something like that. He'll probably be good on TV. I could see him being just a TV actor. He could excel in that. All right, so I really want to jump over to the Orange Sela tribe here.
Yeah,
Because
I was gonna say
we're
the
speaking
same.
about Joe right
I
now.
was about to say the same exact thing. Next, we
They're
go to
sketched
Sela.
out, man. I mean, they made it very clear that he's playing a sketchy game. He's like calling Rick out. He's making people uneasy, and that's not a good look in Survivor. I mean, he's got his strategy that worked for him, and it seems like he's trying to play the same game twice, like you mentioned earlier, and it works for some, but it's not working here. And that's going to bring him down to the power rankings, in my opinion. I think that's going to shoot him down a bit.
There was a very good chance that he may have gone home tonight.
Yeah.
I know Sav was the easy vote, and they did go with the easy vote. But if something did come up, who knows? If Sav did find an idol, and word got out, there's a good chance Joe would have been the next. And what I do like about the Sela tribe is that they're calling Joe out on it. They are all not standing for him saying, again, nothing against Joe. I love him, firefighter, whatever. And I do like that he plays an honorable game, but I do like that they're calling him out saying that this is Survivor to his face. Like, you can't just play an honorable game. Like, you have to be flexible. You have to do a little bit of lying. You have to do a little bit of deceiving. I mean, it's incredible that he made it to the final 3 on his season by playing that sort of game. You don't see that often. So good for him. But in a season with all returnees like this, no, that's not going to cut it.
And the line that got me tonight, I think it was Christian said it. They were like, we need to have a rotation, a Joe-tation on him. Everyone just talk to him every 10 minutes. Keep him at ease so he's not wandering around making us feel sketched out. That was great, man. Christian just delivered tonight from the poopy moment to like all of his quips, just killing it, man.
Yeah, Christian had a great edit.
And then he finds the boomerang idol on top of that.
And
like
then he finds the boomerang idol.
Yeah, he finds the boomerang idol, and I think he sends it to the right person. At first I was thinking to myself, you got to send it to someone chaotic, like someone who you think is going to get voted out. And my initial instinct is Q, is Coach, is someone who's like going to have an easy target on them come the merge. But Aubrey is someone he could potentially work with, and Aubrey's someone who's not in a good spot on her tribe, so there's a double bonus here. It's like if she gets to the merge, you could work with her, or you could just vote her out and get the idol back in your pocket, and she never has to know.
She was the perfect person to send it to. He can bring them into the Nerd Alliance, or bring her into the Nerd Alliance. And again, like you said, if she gets voted out, then he gets the idol. It's a win-win. Aubrey was the correct person to send that idol to.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Sure, we could have seen a little more chaos with other people, but for his personal game, that was definitely the best person to send it to.
I'm just an agent of chaos. I love the chaotic players. I love the chaotic moves. I love the chaotic conflict between players. So I'm always going to be rooting for chaos, man. I'm an agent of chaos. But yeah, definitely the correct move by Christian. I mean, everybody's always tooted his horn and said he's a brilliant player, a brilliant strategist. Just another clear example of Christian playing a phenomenal game. I don't think anybody's really feeling threatened by him either. He's got such a great grasp on the season. He's really like fit in well with his tribe. He's got a strong alliance built. He's got allies across tribal lines here. So going into a tribe spot, I feel great about Christian.
Yeah, I agree.
He might even be top 5 of the power rankings, man.
He's in an incredible spot right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. And speaking of idols and Christian, do you want to get to our immunity challenge first, or do you want to talk about the Christian Devins idol?
We can talk about that in a little bit. I wanted to bring up one other thing that I forgot about on the Vatu tribe. To me, I always think about things that are highlighted multiple times throughout different episodes. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but the whole aspect of Rizzo being lazy seems to be coming up regularly, and I think they're highlighting that for a reason.
Call out. Yeah.
It could be his downfall. Maybe like we see a Rizzo pre-merge boot coming up or something, or like a post-merge maybe boot where it's just like, let's get rid of the lazy guy, because it seems to have rubbed a few people the wrong way, notably Q and notably Colby. Mm-hmm. It seems like it's starting to irk Stephanie a little bit, but she hasn't vocalized it. And I just think all the hard worker people are not going to vibe with that. And it's certainly not an old school thing. Probably wouldn't float well with Jonathan. Probably wouldn't float well with Coach. And I just
what
Ozzy as well.
What was surprising to me was that when they called him out on it, he doubled down and said,
Yeah.
I don't want to work. I'm here to play Survivor strategically and sit around and build relationships and play strategically. But I'm not doing all that. I didn't do that on my season. I'm not doing this again.
I
Like
mean,
that kind of shocked me that he wasn't a little bit more receptive to even just going and grabbing some logs. Like, come on. You're, again, I know I keep saying this, but you're on 50 with all returnees. You got to do a little bit to earn respect from the players. You're not on you're not on season 49. You're on season 50.
it could be like a strategy where I don't want to I want to really conserve the calories I have in my body. I don't want to exert too much energy. I don't want to get hurt, tire myself out. But you got to do something, like you said. You got to like contribute. And if you're not contributing, you're just gonna bury yourself.
I'll say it very well could be. But I mean, he said that in his confessional, though. I don't necessarily think they really lie in their confessionals. That's my opinion. But if he said that in his confessional, that's exactly how he's feeling.
All right, so let me ask you, because you had brought it up. It's about the immunity challenge.
Okay.
Let's just start with your overall thoughts on the immunity, and then I have something specific I want to ask you about after. Give me your overall thoughts on the immunity challenge, though.
I mean, again, kind of the same thing as the reward. I wasn't too upset with the type of challenge it was. It actually did bring in a little bit of the old school challenge with the snake. Like, I mean, we see the salamander going over a wall hit every now and then, but like running into the woods, having to get it out of the woods in pairs, running back to the beach, like that felt like a little bit more of the old school Survivor. And the fact that like everyone had to participate in grabbing those things, like I was happy to see that. And then it wasn't, again, it wasn't necessarily a puzzle, but it was kind of like almost a new take on an old challenge. We always see like the handles and whether it's one person or multiple trying to get the ball down. But I loved that it was 3 people holding those strings. It added a new element of teamwork to that sort of puzzle. It's not even a puzzle. It's an obstacle course.
Table maze, even you want to call it that? Not really a maze, but like a race almost. Ball in hole challenges.
Yeah,
we've seen that so many variations of it. We've seen it vertically. We've seen it horizontally before. I just want to say this whole snake theme of the immunity challenge, great. It's something we've seen kind of recycled over and over again, but I don't get sick of the 200-pound snakes. I actually love that. I really like that a lot. And I like when it's less people involved in moving it too.
I agree.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a great immunity challenge.
But we've definitely, I don't remember which season exactly, we've definitely seen a variation of the
3
horizontal table maze with the 3 people have to control it at the same time. We've seen variations of it.
We've seen variations of it. I don't think it's been like that though.
They're doing a good job of like mixing it up ever so slightly, but keeping the same elements of these recycled challenges so it doesn't feel horribly stale. But I mean, some of these challenges, I mean, like casual fans will find it interesting. The longtime Survivor diehards who've watched every season more than one time are just going to be like, fast forward through. I mean, come on, like I don't know. I don't want to be too negative here, but I mean, it's just how many times have we seen the same elements of the challenge?
So, what exactly are you saying? What was your opinion?
I need some variety, man. Like I love the big snakes. Like I just it's these challenges are starting to feel stale. It's the new era. It's the Fiji location. Like we've just seen all of this so many times over the years, and like.
What's an old challenge that you would like to see then? What would itch your scratch?
I want to see. I've said this for years. I've been saying this to my close friends who watch the show. My favorite challenge I need them to bring back. I forget if it was All Stars or Heroes Villains, but they had a challenge where they were all oiled up and they had hanging ping pong balls on these strings. And
that was Heroes versus Villains.
They'd have one person from each tribe run, and then Jeff would be like, "Ball number 8." And then all of them would run at the same time, and they'd be slipping and sliding and falling on their ass trying to grab the ball. And then you got to bring it back. Dude, It's so simple. It's
Well,
so cheap.
even that one they've done multiple variations of, but like,
Or just physicality, man. Like it doesn't have to be like race, puzzle, whatever, or like race, obstacle, mud, hey, puzzle, climb this, go down this. It's like, dude, just fucking like push each other, like get the dummy bags out and like fight over mud. Like just give me something physical,
all right,
man. Like I get it that you have these HR rules and people, you don't want to have injuries and you don't want to have medevacs and stuff like that, but like the physicality is just gone from the show. It's I'm
reaching from the depths on this one, but with Stephanie and Colby back, how would you, in the theme of snakes, how would you feel about the snake race in the water? I know you will like the people carrying them, like our multiple teams.
Oh, where they're running around in a circle
and they're trying to catch each other.
Yeah, so I like that. The problem is, you always end up with like a deep and a shallow section, and then it can kind of just like get gamed in a sense where whichever tribe starts out in the shallow section has a minor advantage. So you have to figure out a way. Maybe if you do that on land, that could work. I like that idea. The other one I'd like to see, and this is probably a post-merge challenge, and we can do a whole separate podcast just about the challenges, to be honest with you, man. Maybe
that's
we should.
Very good. Bonus.
Yeah, we'll throw that one in the back. But one I'd really like to see back in the post-merge specifically is the coconut chop, the survivor chop, where you just everyone answers a question. If you get it right, you chop someone.
Yeah.
You get 3 lives. You can gang up on people. It causes drama. It shows you who's aligned with who. It shows you who's truly on the bottom. And like
the survey question ones.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the coconut chop.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone say who you think would most fit or this sentence. That sort of thing. There were some brutal ones on that.
There's so many classic challenges they could bring back. I mean, for a season like this, why not bring it back?
Even the trivia, the ABC one, like where you put it on the block. Or one of my all-time favorites was actually the pattern matching blocks. I did like that one too, because that tested your mentality.
Do you remember in the early days when they would have like everyone would have a briefcase full of items, then you have to be like, Boston Rob, do you have the skull? Like,
yeah,
that's another great one. There's just so many.
All right. Anyways,
I know the show is low budget and they don't have a big budget. So that's why they recycle a lot of this stuff. But like, come on,
those could be recycled.
It's so easy, and especially with these returning seasons, there's no reason why you can't do this stuff. So I love the show. It's my favorite reality show. I would say there's only one other reality show I can put on par with Survivor, and it's The Traitors. I mean, that's going to be a whole nother podcast itself, but. Yeah, just give me some flavor in the chat, some variety. Like it's just the same blender of like Fijian era challenges over and over again, and it works. I get it. It's like with the format of the show and the structure and the time frame of filming, it all works. But like, it feels stale to me, and I just want something different. And it gets hard for me to get invested in these challenges when it's just so much of the same. And that's why I get really excited when we see like brand new challenges, even in the new era. Like it's kind of rare when we get the brand new challenges. Like the one I can think of that I got really excited about was when Gabler and Cody had that showdown where it was like 4 tiers of the challenges, and then it ended with the whole like
with the 1-on-1.
Yeah, and I think Charlie had one of the challenges Charlie won in season 46 was similar with the grip strength. We were holding it. Like that, and they brought it back for season 48 as well. Yep.
David versus Joe.
that's a great example of like switching it up, doing something new. And then like that type of stuff gets me excited in the new era. And hopefully we get some new stuff this season. That would make me happy.
I have so many other challenge questions, but let's do another one on this.
Yeah, we'll do a full challenge podcast at some point. Maybe in the off season when we have less to talk about. Okay, well, after the immunity, we had the let's talk about the end of the immunity challenge, actually. So the Orange Tribe, Sela, Christian was trying to lead, and what went wrong in your opinion? What was it?
No, not the ring toss, right? Immunity, sorry.
Was it miscommunication? Was it like frustration and lack of focus from Ozzy? Was it Cirie not being able to physically keep up? Because it was Ozzy, Cirie in the middle, and then Christian on the other side. Christian was directing, And Ozzy and him seemed to just not have chemistry. They weren't really clashing, but
I think they just don't
have
have that. Yeah, I think they just don't have the chemistry there. Like
Yeah.
Christian was being a little more vocal than he normally does, and he also tends to ramble. So maybe they were just kind of tuning him out and thinking that was just a more of a rambling Christian versus him trying to actually help with the challenge. I don't know. I can't put myself exactly say what they were feeling in that moment, but that could be a possibility. I just don't think the chemistry of Christian working with Cirie and Ozzy was the right combination.
Yeah, and that tribe was really struggling. They didn't have Flint for a few days. They haven't been eating at all, so it could be hunger and just like inability to think clearly. But I did find it funny when Christian dropped the parallax effect and Ozzy was just like, oh yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like Ozzy was like, what the hell is the parallax effect?
As a sports guy, as an avid hockey guy, I know what the parallax effect means, but it didn't look like Ozzy knew what that means. I found that very funny.
Not even close.
But yeah, I mean, so I guess to answer my question myself, I would say lack of chemistry between Ozzy and Christian. Probably just not vibing.
I just don't think they're the right pair.
So they lose. It cuts back to them after the immunity challenge, I believe, and we get the drama of where the vote's going for most of the rest of the episode.
It's like, it was going on Joe, it was going on Savannah, it was going on Ozzy. We didn't really know where it was going.
So Ozzy gives Cirie his extra vote, and that seems big. That seems really big, especially going into a tribe swap. That seems very important because it just solidifies that those two are like
they're a pair.
Tight. The rest of the game, if they make it to merge together, they are like ride or die until the end.
Yep.
And it also gives both of them some type of thing they can use. And for Ozzy, if you got two advantages, you have an idol, you have an extra vote. The idol's keeping you safe. The extra vote's not a guarantee to keep you safe. So give it to your ally. I think it's such a brilliant move by Ozzy. It shows strategic growth. He never really had a lot of strategic moves in his past seasons. He was always just a provider and a challenge beast. And now he's got some strategy, man. He was trying to work with Q in the beginning during the supplies challenge. He's like strategically throwing Coach under the bus, but not doing it aggressively. He's doing it passively, and he's staying calm in those conflict moments. And he's able to sway the votes on his tribe and keep the target off of him and Cirie, and he's playing his advantage as well.
It looks like he's playing a more well-rounded game this season than
I was really low on Ozzy, especially after his performance in Game Changers. But I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing, and he's looking excellent in the challenges, minus this immunity challenge. Anything physical, he's just dominating in, and he's got it, man. He's freaking got it.
I still think his strategic game needs a little bit of work, but at least it's not at zero.
It's hard for me to say that now because he was naturally in a bad spot on his tribe. He was never going to be in that nerd alliance. They were never going to pull him into that. He was always going to be a target off the bat. So he's kind of in a tough spot, and he's played damn near perfect in my opinion for the cards he was dealt. He's played a perfect hand. He really has. And now he's got a fresh start potentially too. So I'm really high on Ozzy. I'm really, really high on Ozzy, to be honest with you. He might be the top of the power rankings for me. We'll get to that. Power rankings will be a whole fun discussion here. But, man, I'm really impressed with him, man. I didn't think I'd be this high on Ozzy.
All right. Fair enough.
I just really love that move. I think it's so brilliant to do.
It was a good move, though. I agree. And now, speaking of other strategic moves, one thing I brought up earlier, what do you feel about the Christian and Devon's idol now that we're getting towards tribal?
Yeah, I love it. I love it when people use pieces of old idols or parchment from old idols to rehide idols. I know David Wright is famous for doing that in Millennials versus Gen X. Mm-hmm. One of the best moments of the show's history when Jay is just like, whoo, doesn't realize his idol's fake.
Yep.
I think Rick did that a couple times in Edge of Extinction. He did. It was Rick's
idea.
What was her name? Julie, right? Yeah, he fooled someone with a fake idol. We've seen it a few times over the years. This is a great move. I hope it works. I think what they're gonna do with it is try. It sounded like one of them is gonna go to tribal and pretend they picked up something and then use it as like, oh, I have protection. Don't vote for me. I kind of hope he sicks it on someone else and makes them think they're safe. That would be more entertaining.
So
he's got two options though. He could go either way with it.
Here was my take on this. The way that he's going to him, Christian, either one of them are going to play it is they're going to grab it after Jeff goes and grabs the votes. They're going to act like they got clues. And when Jeff says, does anyone have any idols or advantages they want to play? They're going to go and walk up and grab that parchment and unfold it and say that this is an idol. And then they're going to have the parchment that says this is a hidden immunity idol. I think that's where he's going with it.
That could be something that happens. Yeah, I think it's a good prediction. I think it's a decent prediction. This is just the agent of chaos in me. What I'm hoping is that someone completely unrelated to this just eyes it and is like, whoa, what's that? And then picks it up and thinks they have an idol. That'd be so funny.
That would also be really
and it would be even better if both Christian and Devins were not present for that. Like that would just be so good. And then they show up like, dude,
they're going to be looking for every tribal they go to too. So if they just see it's gone, that's also would be really funny.
So speaking of Rick, I wanted to bring up him clashing with Joe. That was something I wanted to discuss with you. I think that's being highlighted for a reason. I'm worried that like if they swap to the same tribe, that's just going to be two butts
they're
again.
Going to continue going at it if they swap to the same tribe.
Yeah, or post merge if they both make it to post merge. Like just they won't be. They don't seem compatible. They don't seem like allies that can work together. And it seems like they can be a part of a voting block together, like they displayed tonight. They can vote together. But they can't work together. They can't be in an alliance together. And that's a big thing that you have to recognize in Survivor is like, when are you in a voting block with someone and when are you in an alliance with someone? And these two are clearly in a voting block and they are not compatible personality-wise. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, do you think they could mend their relationship?
Again, no, I think you hit the nail right on the head. And they're definitely good. They can vote together, but they're not going to be an alliance. They're not going to be a partnership. They can't mend already the gaps. Yeah, they can't mend the bridge all at this point. I think it's pretty set and solid that they know they cannot work together. Well, and which one with the tribe swap coming up, which one will it hurt?
I think it's going to hurt Joe worse.
Devon's going to have the numbers, or is Joe going to end up on a tribe of loyal, trustworthy people, and then all of a sudden Joe has the numbers?
I just think Devins is better positioned in the game. I think this is being highlighted for a reason. Joe doesn't have the same level of allies that Devins has. So.
I think it's just going to come down to the tribe swap.
Yeah. I mean, it might not even come to a head in the tribe swap. They could be on different tribes, and then it comes to a head post-merge. But we're being shown for a reason.
Yes,
like, this is being.
I agree.
A lot of people mention Joe's name, but Devins is the only one being shown to clash with. Devins is the only one being shown to actually like butt heads directly with Joe. So I'm predicting that's going to come back later in the season. For those of the viewers in chat who are playing along in our weekly pick'em game with us. Christian said the episode title this week, so congrats to anybody who had Christian. And while I mentioned the chat, let's just go ahead and throw this on here. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you're watching the video here. Give us a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you're into this type of content. We love interacting with y'all, so yeah. But yeah, Christian episode title. So 10 points to anybody who had that. I think my strategy for episode titles in Pick'em is just coach every week. I mean, he's a confessional machine. I've had him the first 2 episodes, and I'm probably going to keep hitting him for weekly title. And
I did the same thing with Rizzo. Week 1 and 2.
That's a good. Yeah, Rizzo's pretty good with confessionals here. Yeah, I'm really like happy that the idol plant was successful. What do you think of Christian's dive? him falling on his face in front of everyone strategically.
I thought he sold that so well.
Yeah, the man shit himself in the same episode as he fell on his face. It's impressive work, man.
But which one did he do on purpose is the question.
Falling on his face. But yeah, that was fun.
No, he definitely sold that really, really well. I thought it was even better when he got up and then he was walking towards the left and Cirie kept saying Christian to the right. Christian to the right, and then he just keeps going to the left. And she's like, Christian, I'll go first. Just follow me.
Yeah, they nailed that, man. It was a great distraction. And then Devins kind of gave a little smile. Was that smile to the camera? Was that to Jeff? Like,
I think it was to Jeff. There's no way Jeff didn't see that. He sees everything at Tribal.
Dude, I mean, Devins was
again, with Devins being in the back, like, there's no way Jeff didn't see that.
Yeah, I've talked about this with a lot of people in the Survivor community, but like, if Jeff ever does sunset off and retire, like, Devins is probably the clear shoe-in for the next host of the show, man. He's got such a great relationship with Jeff. He's such a like innovative strategist. He was literally the first co-host of Jeff's official Survivor podcast. Mm-hmm. So I mean, this is just another display of him, like, just showing Jeff, like, I'm the fucking guy. Like, I am the next in line for your shoes, man. And I think it would be a worthy next iteration of the host of this show if it is Devins.
That would be another great idea for an off-season episode.
Yeah.
Hosts to replace Jeff.
Yeah.
Write that one down too.
Yeah. We'll be able to reference this stuff. I got this one right in our weekly pick'em. I had a feeling Savannah was next on the chopping block. It seemed pretty obvious on this tribe. She was the clear consensus vote from the beginning of the episode, and it didn't change during the episode. I didn't think anyone on her tribe was going to stick their neck out for her. It was pretty obvious that tribe just wanted to have easy votes where everyone, no blood on our hands, no conflict. It seemed like it was Savannah from the start, and that tribe went to tribal, and it was a 6-1 dog pile on her. And I think, if I'm being honest, I respect Savannah as a winner of the show. I think she's an excellent player, but I think it really just emphasizes the point of season 49 that Sophie B did a hell of a lot of work for Savannah's social game and really carried her alongside her. And I think Sophie deserves a lot of credit for helping Savannah get to the end, because Savannah didn't have the best social game. You saw it in her final tribal council. There was a lot of people that had beef with her, and got roasted a little bit. Like,
there was a lot that we didn't see in the edit of 49. Her social game was under-edited, and she already had a good social game edit. And I also tend to agree with you there.
She did a lot of heavy lifting for Savannah.
Savannah would not have been sitting at the end if it wasn't for Sophie. And Rizzo, of course, because Rizzo also had a pretty solid social game. But Sophie did most of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, and you can't take away her challenge wins from her. She won when she needed to. There were moments where it would have been her if she didn't win her challenges. So all credit to Savannah.
But like you said, it showed here in 50. She didn't have Sophie with her. It just showed the weakness of her social game.
And it's got to be hard coming off a win quite literally 14 days before the season starts.
She only had a 2-week break.
I mean, that's tough. So you can't really fault her too much for not doing well on this season.
No, of course not. I mean, again, I kind of have even more respect for her and both her and Rizzo for coming right back out 14 days later. There have been a lot of people who've done back-to-back seasons, but not quite like they did. I mean, again, 2-week break.
So I want to talk about the tribe swap before we get into our power rankings, because the tribe swap is going to have a very large impact on these power rankings. And I think our power rankings would look different if there were not a tribe swap, but we have to factor that in going into next week's episode. I was trying to pay attention. It was a very quick, 20 seconds there. I noticed Charlie and Rizzo were on the same tribe. They were on the orange. Did you catch anybody else on the same tribe? I think I saw Coach with Q potentially.
I didn't really get to catch it. I know there was 3. I honestly, yeah, I can't necessarily remember who was on the tribes, which leads me to the question of, do we do power rankings this week before tribe
Yeah.
swap?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
keep it going. And they'll probably look terrible and we'll probably laugh at ourselves in a week and be like, wow, we were wrong. But I mean, let's keep it going, man.
So we did have one person comment last week. They brought up a good point. Last week's power rankings, we kind of more did of who is most safe. How do we want to go about it this week? Are we gonna
yeah, see, I was gonna ask you that too. What are
do
your
we
thoughts?
do we want to do a true power rankings 1 to 21 of who we think is in the best place to win, or do we want to do a 1 to 21 of who is the most safe this week or next week?
What? How do you feel about it? Because I could go either way. I'd be okay with either. I want to get your take on it, and I'll give you what we do in the could have been love power rankings as well. I guess give me your take before I give you that information, though.
I would say my thoughts is if we're going, I would prefer to do a power ranking of who we think is going to win each week. But if we're going to do what we did last week, we shouldn't necessarily call it a power ranking. We should call it like a safety ranking sort of thing.
Longevity rankings
or longevity rankings.
Okay, so you want to do more of a longevity style for our rankings here.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, we can rename it to longevity rankings. I like that idea. And I mean, there's certainly not the same show, but in Could Have Been Love, the way we do it is we rank based on the performance each episode. So whoever had the best showing each episode, like that person would be the winner.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we could also do it that way.
Well, I think Survivor's a different show. You're not thinking Could Have Been Love is a dating show ultimately. Like you're kind of more in it for the drama and the like chaos more. This is like long-term strategy. So I like the idea of longevity rankings.
Yeah.
And then we'll just try to make this fit on the screen real quick. There we go. All right. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Longevity rankings. We can get rid of the word power here. So we're officially in the longevity rankings territory. So we're looking at their potential to go deep into the season.
Who's getting?
Are you in agreement? Let's just establish. Are you in agreement with that before we continue?
I am.
Is that how you want to do this?
Number one is going to be who's
going.
Well,
before we go to one, I think I want to start at the bottom if that's cool.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm just clarifying. Number one, who's going to win. Number 21 is who's going home next week.
Okay, I like that. Can we start at the bottom then?
Yeah,
absolutely. I want to throw one name out there right away. I'm going to say Chrissy.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with there. Chrissy's at the bottom of Kahlo. Like we brought up earlier, she's overbearing mother. She doesn't have a lot of connections on her tribe, and she's easily first to go from Kahlo.
Okay.
But again, if there's a tribe, there might be a tribe swap, but I still don't think that she.
I mean, there is a tribe swap.
Well, there is not my
guaranteed tribe swap.
But I still don't think she builds those connections.
All right, I'm gonna throw some names out. And this isn't in any particular order. This is just kind of my vibes at the moment, the energy I'm feeling from each. And this is going to kill me because these are two of my favorite contestants. But I'm pretty low on Q right now, and I'm pretty low on Angelina right now, and those are tough because I was super excited about them. I drafted them both on my fantasy team. Is there anyone you'd put lower than those two?
Honestly, yes. I would tend to think Joe.
Okay. I think Joe's in that territory. He's just got people that would work with him more than
it's just hard to say because we don't know who's going to end up on the track.
Yeah.
Like if he lands with Devins, he's toast.
Okay. Q doesn't have a vote, though.
That's a great point.
And he's very chaotic, and people are scared of that. And I think Tiff would be quick to cut him, and I think Charlie would be quick to cut him just because you want to eliminate people from your season. And I fucking love Q. He's like my favorite player on the season besides Coach. I don't know if I can put him above 20 here. Would you have any gripes with that before I put him there?
You know what? I would go Q 20, Joe 19, Angelina 18. I'm good.
I am with you on that. I feel like Joe could rebound here, but from what we saw today, it wasn't a good look, and people are sketched out by him.
Yeah.
Problem is longevity, though. We got to think longevity. He could recover.
He could. I just think it's going to be really hard for him to recover. If the only
people love the loyalty thing. So, like if he links up with someone like Jonathan, if he links up with someone like Colby or Coach, I think that works for him.
I think it's going to be. Again, it depends on the tribe swap. The only way I could see him making a full recovery is if he ends up on a tribe swap with no one from Sela. Like if
I don't think he's fully dead with that whole tribe. I really don't. I think he's clashed with a few people, and I think people are sketched about him, but it hasn't got to the point where it's like he's our next target. He's got to go. If that was the case, they would have spared Savannah and got rid of him. And he's also a challenge beast, man. Like he's a beast in the challenges. So I don't think he's in like major danger in the pre-merge unless, like you said, he's stuck with Rick Devens and they just can't work together at all. And that's why I had Angelina lower than him personally, just because I think Angelina is more expendable. But I mean, we're like picking hairs here at this point. It's one or the other. All right, I like what we got. Let's move on here. Next up on our list, I feel like last week I'd probably throw someone like Aubrey or Sari in this spot, but both of them just got advantages this week.
Both of them just got advantages.
Yeah.
They're safe if they. Well, Aubrey's safe. Sari can use an extra vote to her advantage, so that at least brings Aubrey up one. For sure, Aubrey moves up because she can't get voted out her next tribal council unless she goes out with an idol in her pocket. Yep. And there's a blind side.
That happened to her though in the past. So
it has.
Let me pitch a couple other names then. Colby, no vote, and Charlie. I haven't seen much from Charlie. He seems expendable. I mean, we got that thing about him changing up his play style, but like, I could see a tribe fuck situation a swap fuck situation happening maybe. To both of those guys. Are you comfortable with either of them here?
I'm good
maybe
with
Colby.
That. Another
Colby
one
lower.
Another one that no, he's gonna be fine unless he get. I would also kind of say Ozzy's gonna be in there. I know he has advantages, but again, it depends on who he lands with.
I'm so high on him right now, though. I really got to fight for Ozzy, and I never thought I would, but. So he's playing so well, man. He's playing so well right now, and he's got an idol. And he could always start a beef with Coach and win people over. Like, it seems like he's kind of...
But here's my thing. He's socially inept.
I don't think he is. I think he's just an easy target because him and Sari are a pair.
I think
they're together.
But again, remember, they're not going to be on, or more than likely, they're not going to be on the same tribe. And if he doesn't have Sari with him, helping him with his social game, I think I could see him going out with an idol in his pocket.
I don't know, man. I can't put him above a lot of people like Tiffany, Camilla, Jonathan, Emily D. I can't put him below them right now. Really, he's really well positioned for a tribe swap, especially if he like gets off a minority position and enters a new tribe and has a position to make a new majority. I really like Ozzy's position. He could use his idol as like a bartering chip. Like, hey, I got an idol. Let's work together. I can't. I don't think I can put Ozzy outside of the left side of this chart here. I really don't. He had such a great episode. Let's talk about someone who is totally quiet today. D and Tiffany. They're allies.
They're
quiet.
allies. They're a pair.
They're quiet. I think I'm going to throw D here in the 15 spot. If you got anyone, I don't know. We got nothing from her. That doesn't give me a lot of great vibes for her long term. She's a winner. There's only one winner left. That's an easy thing to look at. Let's just get the last winner out.
D, Tiff, Camilla all together.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it in that order. I'd even put Emily potentially in that spot. I know she's got good allies, but I mean, she's just an easy target if she gets swapped away from her allies and then her tribe loses. It's just an easy one to cut. Similar position of Rizzo, in my opinion. Another one kind of weak in challenges if he gets swapped away from allies. I don't know. I kind of like Rizzo here, Emily here. We can always swap these names around, just kind of getting a visual going. Is there anyone you'd put lower than this group?
Again, I would still think Ozzy, but you've already been pretty clear you're not putting him over there.
I can't put him. I really feel like he's potentially top 5 right now. Honestly, I really like his position in the game. I like don't think that Suri can be higher than him. I mean, he literally gave Suri an idol. Suri was the decoy in the first week. I don't know. I mean, maybe Aubrey, but she's got an idol too. I mean, he's in a better spot than Aubrey is. She's got an idol.
All right. Do you want to start going from 1 now?
Sure. Who's your 1? Is it Christian?
Christian.
Okay. I can get on board with that. I'm all right with that. I like Christian's spot in the game. I think he's really primed for a deep run here. He could get sniped pre-merge. That would be devastating. But I think he's primed for a deep run.
I agree.
I don't want to say he's a lock, but I think he's primed for a deep run here.
I would say Devins, honestly.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. What scares me, though, is if he gets swapped with Ozzy. Ozzy's got the idol. And I don't know. I mean, they don't really have beef, but...
See, again, this is why I was a little concerned about doing the longevity rankings.
Yeah, it's hard with a tribe swap. Yeah.
We don't know what's coming up.
All right, we can put Devins. I like Devins, too. I think it's a good spot. He's got that hidden advantage. He's got a lot of allies. He's got the Nerd Alliance going. Okay. I guess continue down from there. I think I'm throwing Jonathan's name out there. He's not getting cut pre-merge. We've seen nothing but positive content from him.
I was actually going to say Mike. I think Mike White has made some great alliances already. He's not getting cut pre-merge, and
I don't know. I have Mike lower in my rankings personally. He is an easy target if it comes down to just like we need to get rid of someone weak.
So is Jonathan. I think Jonathan. You really think right now Jonathan is going to make it to Final 3?
I didn't say that. I didn't say Final 3.
I mean,
I think Jonathan has way more value.
Putting Jonathan at number 3 means he makes the Final 3.
I mean, yeah, he was one fire making competition away from Final 3 in his first season. He's not really a threat post merge. I mean, what's he get? He's not a strategic threat. He's a physical threat, but that's what he did in his season. He was a physical beast all the way to the end, and he probably wouldn't have gotten the votes over Marianne anyway. Yeah, I think I would say out of everyone on this cast, there's the lowest probability that he gets voted out pre-merge just because of the like Aquaman Goliath that he is. So I think he's pretty much a lock to make the merge. I can't say the same about Mike. He's muscular now, but I mean, Mike's got that White Lotus effect, man. People are going to look at that and be like, that's scary to me. So that's why I can't really put him top 3 here, especially over someone like Ozzy, who just had a phenomenal 2 episodes. Yeah.
So you think Jonathan number 3?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Is there anyone with a stronger case out of this? Like, I guess someone with an idol, but I think Jonathan's going deep, man. I really do. Like what he's such a like minimal strategic threat, and he's such a beast in the post merge. Or in the pre-merge. He's such a beast in the pre-merge. Nobody would ever get rid of him in the pre-merge. He's a provider. He's quiet, non-strategic. That goes far. That doesn't win the season, but that goes far.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, at 4, I want to pitch Ozzy at 4. I really do. I know you're not going to like that, but I really like where he's at, man. He's got the idol. He's making all the correct decisions. He's got a really strong ally.
You mean Cirie is making all the correct decisions for him?
I mean, she's influencing him, but ultimately he makes his own decisions. Who would you put above him?
Mike! I'm telling you.
I mean, if you really want Mike at 4, we can do that. I don't think Mike's going to go deep in this game. I really don't. I really don't think Mike's going deep. I've heard I guess I watched way too many of the preseason interviews where I heard like 6 to 7 people say like verbatim, the White Lotus scares me. It's going to be an easy bargaining chip to be like, keep me around. I'll put you on the White Lotus.
Yeah, I have seen those.
That's what freaks me out. And especially in a tribe swap position where he's good now, but if he swaps to the wrong tribe, it's just like, well, we need to get rid of someone. Let's just get rid of Mike. And to put him over someone with an idol, someone who could just say, well, I know I'm done. Let's just idol myself here. Like, I have a hard time putting him above Aubrey and Ozzy in a tribe swap position just because Aubrey and Ozzy can protect themselves.
Fair enough.
And I don't think Aubrey at 4 is crazy, and I don't think she's the 4th best person this season, but she's got an idol going into a tribe swap. That's what you want. I think for me, Mike's like 9-10 range, maybe 8. I can't really put him above that. And I think he's right there on par with like the coach range. I think at coach is in that same range. Colby's in, or no, not Colby. Sorry. Joe.
Coach and Joe. I would
not Joe. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up names here. Damn it. Who was I thinking of? We've covered all the guys, haven't we?
We have.
All right. Let's say, let's work from the bottom up here. Coach or Mike or Steph range, maybe. Genevieve, maybe. We got Emily in here. Emily's 11. All right, let me pitch something to you, and you tell me if you don't like what I'm putting on here. Coach 10, Mike 9. Can't spell, struggling to spell. Genevieve 8. And I'm just pitching here.
I'm okay with those 3.
Steph.
So that leaves us Ozzy,
Cirie, and Aubrey.
So
maybe
I guess
Cirie 6. And then it's a toss up. And this isn't final yet, but is there anything that jumps out to you as like this person's very out of place?
No, I guess not.
The one that I'm a little iffy about is Cirie here at 6. She's got an advantage, and that's why I have her here. But I think she's such an easy target, especially in the pre-merge.
Again, it all comes up to what the tribe swap is. Depends who she lands with.
Yeah, we might look back at ourselves and think that we're silly for this, but I don't hate what we have here. I feel like in a day or two, I'm gonna go back on some of these thoughts and want to switch it up. Like maybe we're just silly about Camilla now that Kyle's gone. Like she could be really set here. I'm looking at Camilla as possibly top 10.
Potentially, I'm just worried about her Camilla Tiff D alliance. I think the three of them could be seen as Black Widow Brigade in part 2.
It's really these two, Rizzo and Camilla. And I think, are we just idiots with Joe? Like, is he going to go far?
Again, I think all of these, it depends who they land with. We
Yeah.
don't know. It really
Yeah, it
all
does.
depends who they land with. It's so hard to do a ranking this week knowing that they're going into a swap.
It kills me to say this, but I think we have to drop Coach out of the top 10. He's kind of made an ass of himself. As much as I love Coach, I don't think he's playing the best game. Like it's like the Ozzy argument inversed. I think Ozzy's outperforming what I thought he would do, and Coach is underperforming what I thought.
But I think they keep Coach because again, they know he can't win.
Yeah, but I think Ozzy versus Coach is going to become a motif of this game, and it seems to me like Ozzy's better positioned and has more people that are willing to die for him. Who's going to die for Coach? Like pretty much Jonathan, really. I mean, I think I got to drop. I think if anything, I would swap Coach and Camilla. I think that's what I would do. I really love Camilla's position in the game without Kyle. She had a quiet episode, but she's well positioned. She really is. Like I don't think she's going to be targeted. She's great at puzzles. She's really easy to get along with. Yeah, I think that works a little better for me. And then if anything, I might like drop Suri a little bit. You can make a strong argument for Mike. I don't know. I think we're probably good here.
We can revisit again next week after.
Yeah, I really feel like Rizzo and Joe we might be wrong about. And potentially, well, D is a winner. Maybe Tiffany. Well, we'll see. I don't know. It's hard. After the tribe swap, we'll have a much clearer picture.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, are you satisfied with this? Is there any other change you'd like to make before we lock this in?
I'm good for tonight.
All right. We'll take the screenshot and this will be our final longevity rankings. New name, no longer power rankings. We have our longevity rankings. And I think with that, we will call it for our episode 2 recap. I really enjoyed this with you, Chase. I think we're really finding our stride here in our rookie season of podcasting.
Rookie season. We need all the advice you guys got. If you guys have any advice too, like let us know if there's something that you'd want to see, something that you don't want to see that we're doing. We're open for any suggestions.
We're winging it. So it's fun to do this, man. I'm really enjoying doing this with you.
This has been a blast. Yeah.
I think we keep this going. We keep this going all season and
absolutely
see what kind of momentum we can get. And it'll be really fun to look back at our longevity rankings at the end when we know who the winner is and when we know what the final 3 are and the jury makeup and be like, wow, can you believe we put X at 1?
It's going to happen.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you made it this far in the podcast, thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead, like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And we will see you next week for episode 3.
And if you're watching delayed, thanks for watching as well.
Yes. All right. Bye, everyone. See you in a week.
See you next week.